Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Yarn Dungeon. Just came back from a Starbucks run. I just needed a break. That's what it was. I've been up here all day painting, putting up decor, organizing all of this. All of the yarn is out. Well, not all of the yarn, but some of the yarn that goes up here. I was able to get into my furl stash and get some of my favorites out, which I really have a hard time believing that these are ever going to be put away. Like, they're just so Halloween and so spooky. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna find another spot because this whole thing behind me, this is where I keep all of my extra furls. So I have them all in here, nice and labeled when they're not being used. But that one, that whole line, the Borealis hooks. Anyways, I wanted to take a second to kind of just take a breather. It was kind of warm today. It was like in the 70s and there's construction going. So right outside, my entire neighborhood is under construction because it's springtime. We're coming into the summer and, you know, everything's getting fixed at the moment, but it is loud. I have no idea what they're working on, but it is shaking the entire house. So now that it's mellowed out and it's the evening, I have a lot of different boxes that I want to chat about. They all came to me kind of in the process of moving. Some of the stuff has already been opened. So like my furls box here, this was the new wooden line that they had coming out. Well, I wanted to use that for the Stitch and Scream of the month, so I opened it up to get the 5.5 millimeters. So it's not even like a totally unboxing, but I haven't even showed it on here. It's a brand new line. There are more hooks added onto it, or like more sizing in the entire line. So I want to talk about that. I also have my 2 subscriptions, Muse 2320, also Fangirl Fibers, and I think I have one more. This one is Not Your Average Babe, which last month was the Wednesday theme inspired box, which was really, really cool, and probably my all-time favorite ice tumbler that I've ever got. Though I don't have everything set up, like I don't even have my adding machines out yet. I have room for it, but half of the storage is still in storage, if that makes sense. So like this stuff here is still boxed up and I need to get to it, but it's like boxes underneath boxes, which means I won't be able to do the caking up and making a beanie and socks with my yarn subscription for this month. Not this month in general, but like just right this second. But I want to see them anyways because they're here, they're ready to go. I also have the Stitch Marker Club of the month, and that I do have a space. I've been hanging some stuff up, like bulletin boards for my stitch markers. I have a bunch of areas on the wall that I can do that, so I'm not quite sure. Oh, over there. There we go. Okay. It's been a long day. Okay, so starting with Fangirl Fiber. This is from last month. Everything is like a month behind. Spooky Club, April. Ooh, okay, look at that picture. I love it. It's so spooky cute, and there's a kitty. Okay, anything with a cat in it, I'm totally here for it. April's inspiration is the picture artwork of the cutest little voodoo girl and her voodoo kitty. Yes, exactly. Let's pull this yarn out, and it's called Voodoo Girl. One of the many things that I'm loving about this spooky year-round yarn subscription is the names are super accurate to the colorway. Like, you know that there was a lot of time and effort put into naming this colorway. We got some black and dark blue into navy and this almost mint color right here. I've been loving a mint and charcoal yarn lately. Then I have the Stitch Marker Club. I was hoping it was. They're tiny little voodoo dolls with little push pins and needles in every one of them, and there are a lot of them. So these are separate clubs. I didn't want to miss out on either of them, and they both are year long. Stitch markers, it's just one of those things, it's a collectible to me at this point in time. I have 2 full bulletin boards of Stitch Clubs, and I love it comes in here nice and neat, and then I open it up to show you, and then I'm like, here you go, and then it's all just chaos. Like, These are stitch markers that I find myself constantly going back to because I love the clasp on them and I love how lightweight they are. You can get this over chunky bulky yarn, it can go on fingering weight yarn because this isn't gonna be heavy on the fingering weight yarn. I don't actually have any of them hung up at the moment. I think they're all being used on different projects and I get a lot of them every month. Six stitch markers every single month from Fangirl Fibers. Don't do the math on that, okay? We don't need to talk about how many projects I have going on at this moment. I do have a new area that I'm gonna be storing all my unfinished projects. So I have a chest that I am currently redecorating. It was just very plain when it came to me and I've had it for quite a while now and just really didn't know what I wanted to do with it. It's held blankets, it's held some of my cardigans, it's just kind of everything. And now that it's up here, I'm thinking I want it to hold all my unfinished projects. So that way I can keep it organized in there because I still want to keep them in totes, but I can close it. So it's not just like constantly staring at me being like, okay, you need to finish me. Though it could be good and bad because once it's covered up, I can't see it, so then I will forget about it. Just to mention, the stitch marker for the 13 Nights Countdown of Halloween on Fangirl Fibers is still actively open. So if you missed it or you forgot about it last month, it is still open. You can get into that and get a stitch marker for each day, like unwrap one stitch marker every single day to count down to Halloween. There's many other things on that site too, and I've talked about it like quite a bit. You can just go ahead and check it out yourself. This is my brutalities. So for our Haunted Audible book club, we're reading American Cannibal, and they have a tea inspired by American Cannibal, and I wanted to make sure that I had enough throughout the month, and it actually did come at a really good time because I only had one of these and I've gone through the entire thing. As I've been unboxing things, I've just constantly had a cup of either coffee or tea in my hand, which could explain the reason why I'm getting things done so quickly. For the book, I've been listening to it at the end of the night, and so this is my nighttime tea. If you didn't know about our Haunted Audible book club choice, there's plenty of time left. You totally can join. What? It's only the first couple of weeks of May. You totally have time to join. I'm not gonna like give anything away, but this has been one of my favorites. But I'm also a huge anthology type of person. Like I love that fast pace, intensity of a read. Just check it out if you want. And if nothing else, you have a matching tea to go with the read. All right, let's see what we have for Muse. I actually saw a preview of somebody else, or like, I don't even know if it's a sneak peek, because like I said, this has been out for a while, and I think it was like reddish. Yes, okay, red-winged blackbird. This is everything. So freaking sad that I cannot work this up today. These are my colors. It looks... There's some greens in it. There's greens and there's orange. Oh my gosh. So in the beginning of the year, I said that the Muse 2320 yarn, I was going to work up into beanies and gift it away to people that I know would love that type of color. But I really don't want to give this one away. I don't know. That's not too bad, right? 12 beanies, 11 out of the 12 I gift. I'm just going to keep this one for myself because like this crimson red matches my hair perfectly. If I did that thing where people do the Hank crowns, you know, I don't think you'd even be able to tell. Like the rest of the time, if I just like chit-chatted with you like this, I don't think you'd notice unless I told you or you just saw me put that in there. You might think it was like a headband or something. We should start doing that again. I loved that trend. Although I didn't see anyone else do it to match their hair color, I feel like that would be kind of fun. People had ones like this that were like, if you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, if you have no idea, this is gonna be super confusing. But they would like wear it like this without the tag, obviously. And it would be like brightly colored things to like go off of or like contrast to the hair that they have. The only picture that I took was the Muse 2320, and I don't even remember the name of the yarn that it was, but I want to say it was pretty close to this. And I had the Hank in my hair and no one even knew. Everyone was like, okay, cool, nice picture, but like what yarn are you talking about? I see no yarn. And I was like, it's in my hair. And they're like, no, I still don't see it. Like it was really camouflaged. There is no way I'm gonna talk myself out of it. I'm gonna save this one for me and make a beanie for myself. That is another thing that I've been wanting to do, and now that I have more space, I feel like this is kind of the perfect time to, I don't even want to say bring it back, because I never did it really the way that I wanted to, but a while ago, we used to have morning spins on the Addy machine, so I would take some fun colorways, put it on the Addy machine, there'd be some fun vampy music or some lo-fi music. Sometimes there was techno music, like honestly it was just whatever, to play in the background, crochet along with me, and who doesn't like to watch the Addy machine go? You know, the knitting machine, it's very mesmerizing. I know that I could watch it literally all day, every day, and I think I might start that up again, but more like a chit chat and hang out with me as we watch the Addy machine. And I don't know why, but I was like, Saturday morning spin. Well, I know why. It's because I like puns and I like things that mesh together really well, and Saturday morning spin just seems fantastic. Get up early. I'm not gonna say early. I almost said early in the morning. Okay, no, like a decent time on Saturday morning. Get up with me, hang out in the yarn dungeon, have some coffee or tea, like whatever you're into, or water. As I've been unboxing it, I found a ton of not self-striping, but ones that are really fun from like top down type of colors. I am gonna throw it on the community tab right this second. I do have some pictures of the ones that I'm wanting to use. I'll just show you real quick. Like these three, they're colors that are really, really pretty in skein form, but when you work them out, they make a beautiful pattern. The one on the top right, favorite. I've used that color for so many things. That is live now on the community tab. Go ahead and vote for that if you're interested in a Saturday morning spin with me. And since it's out, I'll probably end up spinning both of these up. This one to keep for me. Oh, this one is also for me because I'm making socks. So I have to find where my small Addy machine is. For this one, I've been splitting it in two. So there's 100 grams. I split it into 50 and hold 2 strands together on my Addy machine to make a pair of socks, and it's been working really, really well. And the colors lay beautifully together too, because that's not something that always happens if you split a colorway in half and you hold the two together. Sometimes either the colors cancel each other out, or there's like big pooling of certain type of colors in there. Like it doesn't always perfectly work, but so far, for the past, what, I've done 3 of these now, they've turned out really nice. Let's open up the Not Your Average Babe, which has nothing to do with crochet or yarn or anything. It's just a spooky mystery subscription that I get every single month. Last month, like I said, was Wednesday theme. The month before that was Halloween, and now this month is Alice in Wonderland, I think. It's either Alice in Wonderland or Hot Ghoul Summer. No, that wouldn't make sense. It'd be Alice in Wonderland first, right? Because June, yeah, it would be. I am a major Alice in Wonderland fan. I love all of the movies that has come out, the live action, and also the cartoon one, like everything and anything related. Love the world, love the colors, all of that together. So let's see what we have. First is a sticker. Yes, which is perfect because my yarn cart is totally clean. I just need to find a spot for it, and then I'm gonna put that right on there. We're all mad here. Blackberry scented air freshener. Ooh. Okay, I know this is supposed to go in your car, but like, would it be weird for me to put it in the yarn dungeon? I'm kind of obsessed with the cat, and okay, first let's see if I even like it. That would be odd if I didn't like it. What was it again? Just blackberry scented. I thought I saw vanilla. We're gonna open it. Oh, that is really good. These make me a little nervous because sometimes they can be overpowering, but this one is really nice. Okay, but I really think it's gonna stay in the yarn dungeon. It's perfect for it. We're gonna put you right here, actually. Wow, look at that. No, let's get a little closer. You can't really see that. There we go. Perfect. It looks like there's a lot in here too, which really there is. This entire box, I'm always shook by how much is in here for the price that you pay. We have a pair of socks. Love socks. Can never have enough. Are these like the high top ones? Because those are my favorite for nighttime when I'm sitting down crocheting. Yes, they are. Stop. These are so freaking cute. I like that it has a black background and the pastel pop of color all over it. Okay, I might actually wear these tonight. What is this little jar of stuff? Enchanted Forest, Magnesium Pure Epsom Bath Salt. I'm not a big bath person, but Epsom salt baths I do take every once in a while, like whenever my body feels like I need it. That is really, really good. There's like little bits of roses in here. Not only is it super cool in this bottle, but it's gonna look really cool floating in the bath. Side note from all of that, I have been like setting up and reorganizing my gym too, which is also in my house, but it's a whole new section, and for the longest time it's just been unorganized, and I can't really stand the unorganized bits, which really made me not want to work out in there. Fast forward to now that this is organized and coming together, it's really encouraged me to organize my at-home gym. So everything is set out, the weights are all nice and stacked, I have my yoga mats in a certain corner, my rowing machine has much more room than it had before, like everything is just working out beautifully. It's been going on almost a month now that I've been waking up every single day and doing some sort of physical activity. Long side note, but I do have Epsom salt for when I have like sore muscles and everything, just kind of like chill and vibe in the bathtub. I've been putting a lot of emphasis on my upper body and back, really, just because of the fact that like I do crochet quite a bit, which means I sit a lot. Even though I stand crocheting, like, you know, same difference, I'm doing something repetitive for a very long time. So working on my posture is super important to me because I like to be able to sit up straight and have, you know, good posture while I'm crocheting. Back to what we were talking about, the Epsom salt. I haven't had to use it, and I thought I was going to have to because I've been upping my weights pretty substantially compared to what I had been doing. And now that I say that and that this has arrived, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up super sore because it was a 35-minute of just upper body strength today. And it was like 1 minute on, 1 minute off type of thing. It was a lot for me. I'm probably gonna feel it tomorrow, and I'm glad that I have those. Okay, what is this? Creatures, not your average babe. Creature Cosmetics? Okay, I did not know this was gonna be in here. Creature Cosmetics, that is where I get my matte black lipstick. I mean, honestly, all of their lipsticks are fantastic, but I just use matte black almost exclusively. Sometimes I'll dabble with like a little bit of a red, but really matte black every single day. I stock up on those. I love their palettes. Immediately worth it for me in this box because I'm gonna guess that this was designed specifically for the box. Like if I went onto Creature Cosmetic right now, I'm not gonna find this on there. They have Trick or Treat palettes. They had a My Bloody Valentine one. That one I got into the pre-order and snagged the palette because there was lots of crimson reds. I don't want to ruin the casing, even though I know it's going to be really cool inside here. That is gorgeous. This is another thing that needs to stay out. I need to get like a display for some of my palettes because the Creature Cosmetics, after I finish them, which I have finished a couple. Ooh, and there's a mirror in here too. I love when they do that, especially the small ones. They don't normally add mirrors to them. Very hypnotic. I love their glitter, which is something that I don't use all of the time, but it's chunky glitter that doesn't feel chunky. So you can add it for the effect of big, chunky, intense glam goth glitter. But you're not gonna feel it on your eye, which I totally appreciate. All of these I would use. That was the coolest find. I could stop right now and be more than happy with this entire box. But there is more. One last thing in here. A t-shirt? No, it's shorts. A skirt. Cute. Like spandex type of skirt. The Honey Bunny yarn, which I don't have any of that. They have a Honey Bunny shimmer, and that's from Hobie, and a cropped cardigan with that too would be super cool because it has a little bit of glitter in it. Oh, I think they have a blue, so I could do a blue cropped glitter cardigan with the skirt and the eyeshadow. Oh, we can have a whole look. And yes, I would wear the socks with it. Absolutely. Get some tights, wear the socks. Oh, this is gonna turn into a thing now. I was not expecting to add another project from this, because this box has just been a totally fun for me type of thing. Like, I just had seen it so many times on my Insta page, and it would pop up and it'd be like, hey, you should join this month. And I'm like, it looks really cool, but no, I'll pass. Finally tried it, and I freaking love it. Like, I know this is gonna seem weird, but I think I love this even more than last month's. Even though I love the Wednesday series, I like all of these pieces that came with it. The skirt is adorable, and the palette, like, you can't beat this palette. Okay, so a new project is happening. That's just how it is. We're just gonna roll with that. The last thing that I have now is the brand new Furls line to go through and chat about. I don't really know what more I can say other than I'm a Furls human through and through. These are my crochet hooks. If you haven't figured that out yet or seen me using them on literally any pattern that I've ever worked on, I just love them. So these are wooden ones. I do have a preference to the resin ones, and I don't know, I just love these for all different type of patterns. I love my Odyssey ones for when I'm working on things like fingering weight yarn because it has a little bit of weight to it. The wooden ones are a little bit newer to me. Not that they're new in general, because we've had them out for quite a while, like not last year, but the year before. We got the Cruella streamline hooks, and I've been using those obviously quite a bit. I find myself using them with specific type of yarn, a lot of summertime yarn, I guess I like with these types of hooks. So we have the streamline box, which doesn't have anything on the side telling you like what size or the line or anything that's in here. This is used for every streamline that they have available. And let's see, for this color, I very much love this color. What size are you? 6mm. It's beautiful, and every single one obviously is going to be a little bit different. They are handmade, you know, even in the same size. Like if I got 6 of the 6mm crochet hooks, all 6 of them would be slightly different. How many actual sizes are there though? There was a lot added. This starts at a 3.25mm. I know that's been something that people have been requesting for a while. Normally the streamline would start at a 4mm. So it goes 3.25, 3.5, 3.75, and then on the reverse side of that, they've also added a 12mm and a 15mm. Let's see if I can find that. So that's 6. I'm assuming they do normally have it in order. So I'm assuming this is going to be the bigger one. Oh, I was wrong. So here is the 3.75. And let's look at the end of that crochet hook. Kind of like how they make the end of the hook on the wooden ones. It makes it really easy to grab the yarn. So like grab and pull, which reduces the chance of splitting yarn, especially when I work with cotton, linen, like anything like that, hemp. My issue with that is I always end up splitting it, or like I just get going too quickly and I don't pay attention and then I split the yarn and it drives me crazy because I have to go back, but even still that little bit has been split and now it's just, I need to decide what to do with it, and it's just frustrating. So with these, I find that it works really well. So I have a ton of cotton, and that's what I've been using the Cruella ones with. Though I will be using, like, switching over to this since it's a new line. I want to test them out. Okay, maybe in the big pack we have the 12 and the 15. There we go. Okay, this is a 15. Obviously the handle is gonna change a little bit, and I'm okay with this. Like, I'm happy with how this is. It feels very light still. It's obviously it's gonna be a little bit heavier compared to like the smaller ones. I mean, there's just more of it, right? So it is gonna be a little heavier, but it's not substantial. What would I use a 15mm crochet hook for cotton? Maybe bags, I guess, and totes. Really smooth on the end too. It's not like getting super, super long just because the sizing has gone up. Like it's still really nice and it looks very similar to the smaller size. So that is the line. We have in total 14 sizes in this one line. Now, personally, I would love if they kept doing that. So for all of their streamlines, even their resin ones, the resin, I'm not sure if they can go any lower because they would come into the risk of it breaking if it's too thin where the head of the crochet hook is. I mean, because do I have a 4? Yeah, all the way back here. Really thin, right? So if you are working on something and you have really tight tension, there could be a risk of snapping this. Now I have very loose tension, so I don't really ever worry about that, but that might be the reason this line only goes to a 4. For the wooden ones, for sure, they can keep going. I think it would be really nice for making like earrings. If you like to make crochet jewelry, I think these would be really nice for that. Some of you had been wondering if the kitties were gonna be in the new yarn dungeon. Alanis has been helping me the entire time. The other two are still a little skittish of all of the new everything. I think they've been coming up here at the end of the night and kind of like seeing how everything is, sniffing some stuff out, but Alanis has been here since day one. She already has the rocking chair claimed as hers. I mean, the house is hers, so, you know. But yeah, you like it up here, don't ya? I just never force them to be anywhere that they don't want to be. So if you're curious about where the cats are 90% of the time, they're doing what they want to do. They don't really follow me around except for at the end of the night. Well, I shouldn't even say that. Alanis does follow me around. But the other two, not so much. They live their own lives. They do what they want to do. And they see me at the end of the night for bedtime snuggles, some treats. That's what they're there for. So I am gonna put some of this stuff away now, though I don't know that I actually have space for any of this yarn. Oh yes, but I am gonna keep this stuff out for Saturday morning spin in the yarn dungeon, so that'll be kept out. The Furls hook, I do want to find a place to keep them out for a little bit. I want to experiment with them with different types of yarn, especially the bigger hooks. And if you have any suggestions of what you would make with a 15mm hook and let's say linen, cotton or linen, because I have that on hand. So cotton or linen yarn. I am gonna let you ghouls go. Thank you for hanging out with me, having a bit of a chit chat, some coffee. I hope you have a fantastically spooky rest of your day and I will see you in my next video.